Okie dokie. Let's see what we have. For those of you who might be watching this a little bit later, hello, this is Anthony Gray from Grayscale Painting. And start of the weekend, pretty much caught up on things somewhat, so got a little time to kill, so I decided to come on in and have a little fun and maybe show you a thing or two. So I'm messing with the tablet, as you know, trying to get it all set up here. I have to do it after I turn everything on, so. Oh, it used the same thumbnail. I shouldn't have did that. I'll change the thumbnail later. I didn't know I was going to do that. So I'm going to have to change that thumbnail. It happens. Obviously, I'm not repainting Darling Dawn. So, but like I say, I'll change that when I'm finished. All right, there we are. So it seems like we're up and running. I'm pretty sure that you guys can hear me, but I'm also certain that you'll let me know. So everything seems to be going well. Alrighty then. A few people may stumble on in here. We'll see. Just wave and say hello. I would greatly appreciate it. I do have my phone with me. I wised up this time. So if I do have to text something, I'll text. So, like I say, it's not Darling Dawn. That's the wrong thumbnail. Let's turn that down. Let's skip the ads. Yes, I'm skipping my own ads. So, there we go. I'll be the first to write there. Happy Friday back to you. Now, why did it do that? I put that in the comments. Duh. Live chat. And I'll do that again. My bad. So I just wrote my own first comment on my comment section. There we go. How's that? Hello, Marilyn. Madonna, how are you? Happy Friday back to you. All right. Something I usually don't do is use a permanent marker on canvas, but you know, I'm just going to show something. Some of you might see this, some of you might not. There's a reflection line of the hill here. Okay. Then you got that little piece of tape right there. That odd geometric form. It's just the top of a roof. That's all. They'd be surrounded by trees and all that good stuff. All right. I'm going to do a direct reflection. Whatever I put in the sky, I'll just try to put it down here. Then the reflection of the mountains. Get a little water, reflection, glaze, whatever happening. And, you know, very simple. Hey, Jackie, how are you? That's something up there. This is a 11 by 14. 11 by 14. Yeah. Rolled canvas. I spray glued it to some foam board. It's been sitting here for a day because I primed it with a little black and white, a little gray, and then I just left it there. Thursdays are usually pretty busy for me, so I don't have really the time to do much of anything. So I just kept it there. All right. Okay. I'm on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, a little after 10 o'clock. And yeah. So decided to paint something. A little something. Okay. Unusual or different colors. Not unusual, but just different colors today. Got phthalo blue, got some orange, got some alizarin crimson, got some yellow ochre this time, and some sorry titanium white. I think I'm gonna buy another tube of titanium white, the real titanium white this time. All right, okie dokie. So we'll get our colors that I'm looking to get. We'll just use it with these different colors. It's a different color palette than I usually use. All right, hey Chrissy, how are you doing? Hope I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. So far, so good. So, Love Hollis, good morning. Well, thank you very much, love. I appreciate it. Jay, how you doing? Okay, it's good to see you, Chrissy. I'm missing those Thursdays, Chrissy. Hope you're doing okay. And like I said, this is an 11 by 14 inch foam board. Very light, very sturdy. I just glued some rolled canvas onto it. I primed it with gray and just let it sit there dry and whatnot. All right, and we're gonna get on to doing something here with it. I do use heavy bodied acrylic paints. Okay, until I find a good suitable place to hang oil paintings, I probably won't mess with oil paints. I have to change everything over anyway. My whole setup is geared for acrylic. I do have brushes specifically for oil paints. I don't mix the two together. And I really need to start using these tubes of oil paint. Just get them out of here. So, okie dokie. I'm going to use my go-to brush that I use. It's pretty battered, pretty beat down, about a 1.5 inch brush. All right, I'll show it to you on this. You guys should be able to see it fairly well here. Okay, I'm going to dip into the glycerin, and I use gray because this is a neutral color. It accepts everybody. It's friendly to everybody. And so we'll just start off with the sky here. Now you guys should be able to see this because of the gray. The glycerin, vegetable glycerin, is very reflective. Okay, and you only use a very, very thin amount. It's like using liquid clear or linseed oil if you're an oil painter. Very thin. This is water soluble, so it works perfectly with your acrylics. All right. Okay. I don't really need to see my phone to see the chat because I got my tablet. It decided to behave today. All right. And I'm just, what brand of titanium that you don't like? It is, now some people may like this. I think it's just glorified soft white. I don't. I really have an affinity of hatred for this. This particular color for this. Winsor Newton Galleria. Winsor Newton. Here, I'll show it to you on the bottom screen. This stuff. I like it not. Yeah, I'm not feeling it at all. I really, truly despise the thing. All right, let's play. We're gonna actually use the very same paint that I really don't care about. Okay, we'll just put some white right here. All right, just like so. I'll just put it right in there. A little bright spot. That's about it. That's about all the love it's getting. I did clean the brush. I'll use a little yellow ochre here. All right, and we'll just go around just like this. Just go around the white, and like that, whatever. Just like this. Don't have to be super perfect or anything. Just pop it in there. Don't worry about, no, I did use a permanent marker. I'm not really worried about the permanent marker. This is just an example, whatnot. Okay, all right. Okie dokie then. Now, if you notice, I didn't do anything here for the water. No glaze or anything. We'll get to that a little bit later. Right now, we'll just play around with all of this. All right, now I didn't clean my brush. I'm not gonna clean my brush again. I'm gonna use the tiniest bit of alizarin crimson because it's extremely powerful color. My dog just yawned. He's laying upside down on the couch. Okay, right up in here. Put it in here, like stuff like that. As you can see, just a little bit of this red, man. All you need is some strong stuff. It's any type of red. This is powerful stuff. This here red. Okay, so I kind of wanted a fairly colorful sky. Once again, I'm not going to clean the brush, even though I really should when it comes to using blue. But I use blue on the red side of the brush, not on the yellow side. I don't want it turning green. So a little bit of blue, and you notice I put it red on top of, that's about it. That's fine. I put it pretty much on top of the gray. Like I say, gray is pretty accepting color. It's all right. You're not going to really tell that there was any gray in there by the time it's all done. Let's get my customary towel over my lap because I'm used to it, and this is where I dry my brushes. All right. All right. Let's take, now I have specific brushes for specific things. Okay. And this is, I'll put it right here, bigger screen here. It's well, it's actually a mop brush, but it's a makeup brush, you know, how you ladies do all of this stuff, but that's what it is. And I'm going to softly blend all of that together. Okay. I guess I'll go from the light side inside. Now the glycerin will help blend all of this stuff together. Okay. And I'm going to take some of that yellow, I'm going to just blend it right into that, into the white there. Mix it right in there. It's not like you're going to get rid of that white, but I am going to blend it tint the white with the yellow ochre. Okay. That's like that. And I'll take some of this red, I'll blend it. See this? See that soft little blend you're getting here? Now you don't necessarily have to go in a circle motion. I like the circle, doing the circle motions. You don't have to. Like I say, I'm not really worried about color leaking into where the hill is. It's going to be covered anyway. And once again, I'm just smoothing out things. Now the blue, very powerful like the red. Okay, so vary your hand pressure. And you can control how much blue you want going into the red, vice versa. Okay. This color, the glycerin, is extremely reflective. So you really can tell where things are. Okay. Like I say, it's a very thin amount. And you can control how much of it you want in wherever. Okay. I use yellow ochre because of the little bit of brown that's in the ochre. And if I don't want a lot of white showing, I can always somewhat cover that up a wee bit. All right. The white is never truly going to go away from it. There. But I can cover that up a little bit. I'll just use this to blend it a little. Just like that. I do want a bright spot in there, so I'll return some of that white into it. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of white in there. And I mean a little bit. Just a little bit, just to brighten it up in stages there. Spread it around. Just like that. Now just smooth it all out. No big deal. No fuss, no muss. You can design your colors any way you feel. Okay. Your painting, do what you like. I do have 2 buckets. 3 actually. The one you're hearing when I clean off the brushes. All right. Okay. All right, Jackie. I know some of you, it's pretty early, some of you might be at work and all that good stuff, so I understand. I'm just looking at it here. I like the mix. It's pretty cool. So I'll leave it at that. Let's take I'll take one of these little baby fan brushes. This is extremely soft. Number 2, very, very soft hair. We're going to go into our titanium white. And we'll just get some wispy clouds happening here. But you guys see how I'm doing it. Just the tip of the brush. I'll put it here on the big screen for you right there. That's like that. All right. I'll just take it. I like the blends and everything. They're pretty cool. It's not really too crazy looking, but I'll just take it and I'll just wisp some white stuff up in here like this. Okay. As you see, it's picking up some of the color, and that's cool. No big deal. I'll just do something like that. Don't need to clean off the brush. Once again, same rough paint, because the glycerin is still on here, it's still wet. You can still manipulate it and do all sorts of fun things with it. I'll just come in here and kind of play around with some stuff. And we'll just kind of put it up in here. Maybe a little something in here, just tap it around there. Something like that. And then I'll leave it be, I guess. Yeah, I'll leave it alone. Your cloud placement's up to you, how you want to do it. Okay, I just want some wispy things going on around there. All right. Yes, Sandy is such a sweetheart of a person. I really enjoy listening to her. And it's just fun. Fun to listen to her. All right, let's take another mop brush, a little smaller. Very soft hairs. All right, I should have cleaned this a little better. It is not clean. Some of the paint dried on it, but at this stage, it doesn't matter. All right, very lightly, just kind of fluff your little clouds into whatever direction you want. I'm not going to get rid of a lot of that intensity in there. I'll soften it up here on the ends, just like this. All right. The more you blend it, the more it goes into your background. Okay. Just saying, you know, a little heads up on that. Here down below, I'll have it blend into whatever the color is down in there. I'll blend some of it and soften it a little bit. Around here in the edges, very soft. Blend it in, just like so. I'll keep some of those, the values. I'll keep the values in there. And I'll just kind of do some X strokes, just blend it into that yellow a little bit. Just like that. Once again, once you get accustomed to it and see what the glycerin can and cannot do for you, you'll be able to manipulate it and, you know, have a good time with this. Okay. But you'll get accustomed to it if you choose to, you know, use this method. Really up to you. It might not work for everybody. You know, everybody got their own little thing. You know, you follow me? I can move the clouds around, fluff them, travel, take some of that white and kind of dance it around like that. The intensity is really nice around here, the shell of the mountain, so I'll kind of keep it pretty strong here. Do whatever you feel. Okay. Every technique for clouds will give you a certain look, whatever you're looking for. Okay. I'll keep that intensity in there. I'm wiping off my brush, just wiping off the extra paint off the brush. Okay. And then I'll stir it around. The more you blend, the more it fades into your colors. As long as the paint's still relatively tacky or wet, so you get whatever type of look you want, more or less. All right. So I know what I want to recede more into the colors and what I want to kind of stick out a bit. And once again, I'm just wiping off the paint on my towel. And then I'll lightly just kind of crisscross strokes. kind of smooth it out a little, blend it in. Okay, but you see how effective it looks. Okay, it's one of those type of clouds people are going to ask how you did it, you know, but this will be our secret. Shh, we don't have to tell nobody. They don't need to know everything. But there you go. All right, Gracie, sweetheart, how are you, dear? Gracie Shack, Gracie Shack, Gracie, Gracie, Gracie Shack. Good to see you, Gracie. Yeah, she is a sweetheart. Man, that was one heck of a painting you sent her. She shows it off a couple of times there, that rose. Gorgeous rose. Very nice. All right. So we've established our clouds with our ochre and white mix, the red, the blue, and the clouds are mixing in there. All right, done deal. Okay. There's many variations, many different ways to do clouds. When I do paintings like this, most of my paintings have a certain look to them, but I'm just gearing my material towards people who are starting painting, who want to, you know, get something that they'll be happy with. And so I gear techniques into showing that. Now, if I do anything commission-wise or something else, it's another style I'll do. And I have paintings here that probably would look like I wouldn't have painted it, but I did. So it's, you know, I gear myself towards whatever subject I'm doing or whatnot. Okay. Heck yeah, she loves that rose. Hell, I love the rose. And I paint flowers. Beautiful rose. Yes, I am scarfing down multiple cups of coffee because I want to. Okay, let's skip with the hill. I don't want to really do a rocky hill or anything. I'll put, it'll be a treed up type of hill, but we're going to get with a base color first. All right. Okay. Base color will be dark, a little bit on the green side, but a little dark, and then we'll build up off of that. All right. I'm just looking for a brush that'll somewhat help me out in that. Now I can take this fella here. This is a natural hair on brush number 10. This is actually a bright brush, not a flat. It's a bright. Brights. Let's put it here. They're kind of curved on the end, as you can see. All right. A flat brush is a perfect block. It looks like a rectangle. All right. Like this fella. That guy. This is a flat. That's a bright. Can you see the difference now? Look. Flat. Bright. All right. Okay, dokie. All right, let's have a little fun. Look down here on the board. This beautifully clean easel that is not going to look like that right now. Let's take a little bit of ochre. Okay. Oh, we'll put the ochre around here. A little more. All right. Let's take some this phthalo blue. I love phthalo blue. You get a different blend of green here. See this? Okay. Nice green. A little light though. So we're going to take its opposite. Take a little bit of crimson. Now, crimson is just a deep dark red. You don't need too much of this stuff to darken it up. And plus, I just want to get a foundation color for the hill. Okay. This will help us out with shadows and stuff like that. Now, I'm not mixing too much of it, but if I run out, and I will, I'll just make some more. Okay. Okay. I could deal with this being a little darker. Let's just add a little more blue. Okay. See, you get a deeper green. Just move that brush around, get that paint in there. Have no fear. And I'm pushing it into the bristles. Like I said, this is going to be the block end color. All right. Do I sell my paintings? Yes, I do. You can either contact me on Messenger or on my email. I do have a catalog. It's a PDF file, and I'll send you the link if you're interested. You just download the link, and it has all the paintings that are for sale. It has paintings that are for sale. And it's a lot of paintings. But I do keep up with it. I'm very good with that. I do log them and everything. Or if there's a painting sold and you want it repainted, you want a different, or you want to, you know, that version of it, I can do that also. I didn't put any glycerin on the hill because, quite frankly, I want this stuff to dry. And if you notice, even though it's permanent marker, you barely see the marker itself, because the acrylic will mark over anything. Okay, which is why you don't see that black line as much. I don't have to get this hill perfectly even, because there's going to be a lot of trees there. Once again, I knew I wasn't going to make enough of the deep color, and that's fine. I knew that was going to happen, so I'll just make some more, which is also why I use a very simple color palette, because I want to show others that you can achieve the same thing with very few colors. All right, so there's a reason why I do what I do. All right, and if you do have questions, yes, I cannot even find my own black line, but that's all right, I'll just create one. And trust me, it's all right. It's not illegal to change your idea in midstream. Okay, the art police won't break down your door and put you in cuffs. All right. Like I say, I'm just blocking in this stuff. Okay. Go over my tape. Act like it's not even there. All right. I'm pretty much, it's ironic, because I've been doing landscapes and seascapes and rivers and mountains and trees and all of that since I started painting. Flowers, I'm really late to the party. And so I did my homework. I started out doing the Donna Dewberry type one-stroke flowers. I started out with that. Okay, and I got really good at it. And then I came across Gary Jenkins and Lowell Spears and what is his name? Robert Warren, who's a really cool guy. I speak to him from time to time. When I came across those guys, especially Jenkins, I just didn't believe he did those flowers wet on wet and oil paintings. I knew he did oil, but wet on wet, I didn't think he could achieve that with wet on wet. But he made an efficient liar out of me, and he sure enough did. A variety of them too. They're utterly amazing, incredible flowers. And man, and I started with his style, okay? And I ended up developing my own style with his technique. I'm still learning them, but it's ironic that I'm pretty much more or less known for doing florals than this stuff here. And this is what I started with. But I also practiced like crazy with the florals and his techniques. I bought his videos, guy have his books, you know, incredible stuff. All right, once again, I'm just blocking in this stuff. I'm not using any glycerin because I do want this stuff to dry. All right, acrylic dries as you're painting it. It dries very fast. A few people don't like that because of that, but then again, I just use the glycerin. It's basically an oil painting technique just used for acrylic, and I just used water-based materials for the glazes. And the vegetable, I tried various glazes. All right, any water soluble medium. I did it with shampoo. Okay, yes, shampoo's water soluble. And I made my clouds, and I use shampoo as a medium. It's water soluble. The paint don't crack, don't peel, don't fade, any of that. Glycerin will not fade your color. Glycerin just makes your paint more transparent. Okay, but yes, I did use shampoo for my clouds and mountains and fading and all of that. Yep, I did do that. And I do have videos here on YouTube that shows me doing that. Okay. Hey, Bruce. If Bruce is in here. Oh, he might not be in here. All right. Well, he could be. I'm just reading the comments. Hey, how's Muttley doing? I haven't heard from Muttley. How's Muttley doing? Davey. Okay, that's all blocked in. I'm just looking at the comments and messing with you. No. The black line that you see here, don't worry about it. That won't be there. You're not going to see it anyway. Okay. You're not going to see all that. And like I say, I'm just messing around here. Do you know I've did this before? Well, not this particular painting, but I did something like this before where I masked something and I got to talking and I forgot about it. Did a whole painting and I forgot about the tape on there because I covered it up. Yeah, happy days. Happy days indeed. Okay. No, I was up extremely early today, so I took my werewolf out for his morning stroll already. So, you know. But I know the feeling. I know. You know, you wake up real early in the morning, you're like, I gotta take this beast out. Yes, you do. Unless you like scraping up poop with paper. All right, I've taken now I like this brush too, but I did crush it, and I'm going to continue to crush it. I take one brush. This is a natural hair brush, stiff guy, and these make the best ones. As you can see, I'm just destroying it. Okay. And these will make beautiful faraway impressions of tree tops. All right. That's why I'm doing what you see me doing. I just mash it and destroy it. You got to have one brush that must be sacrificed. Okay. And so I chose this guy. Okay. And use a pretty, what's going on, Ian? How are you, sir? For those of you who might not know who that is Ian Harris from Down Under. And it's 10:35 p.m. where he's at now. He's a nice, healthy 12-hour time difference. All right. Good to see you, Ian. So, if you want to learn techniques on clouds and you want to know what a bullshit stick is and, you know, and laugh your socks off while he replies to his fans, that's the guy to go to right there. And absolutely gorgeous paintings, and yes, I do have one on my wall. One of his paintings. All right, let's get to doing these treetops here. Oh, once again, go into my Phthalo Blue. We'll just put it here with the green that I already have. Okay, and then we'll go into our yellow ochre. All right, I'm not going to add no, I'm going to use thicker paint for this because when I add the highlights to them, I'm going to use a thinner paint. A thinner paint will stick to the thicker stuff, and I'm going to deepen the color here, as you can see. All right, and you just load the brush, and once again I'm gonna just mash and destroy this brush. Like I say, one brush will be sacrificed. I've sacrificed many. Okay, like I said, this is just a particular style. Sometimes an artist style might not be your match, or maybe you'll like something that they do, but not necessarily everything. But it's your choice to, you know, pick and choose what you like, and then use it for what applies to you. All right, Hey Nell, how are you? So, Nell's talking about a blender. I didn't read all the chat, so maybe she's making a recipe or something. Okay, let's see how dark this is. Yeah, we're good. If you see me looking over, it's to my left, it might be to your right. I got a 36-inch screen that also shows your text. Okay, and I just want to make sure everything's placed correctly. You may or you may not see this. We'll see in a second. I think you guys could possibly see this. Some of the paint is going up into the bright spot. Okay. Yeah, you guys can barely see it. It's all good. Cool. All right. But I'm very lightly touching the canvas with it, getting very interesting patterns. Now, you might not see this very good right now, but you will once I add lighter color to it. And basically, it's going to be a very hilly, tree-lined hill. So, no rocks today. All right, I'm not going to destroy our root color. I won't do that. Okay, I'll get some little bits of trees coming through that. Okay. Once again, plenty of paint and a very light touch. All right. I'll keep glancing over there to see if yeah, you guys can see that. Very light touch. Even though you barely see it because it's so close to the root color. But it's there, it's around there. It's here. All right, don't worry about it. If I do stuff like that, don't worry about it, because that color is going to be coming down here anyway, so don't worry about that. All right. Now, because I'm using thick paint and I'm using it up, I have to mix some more. All right, which is no big deal. Once again, very simple color palette on purpose, so you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. And what colors I'm using to mix it. And once again, even though you can barely see the color, some of you may be able to see it, but it makes sense to you once I add the lighter colors to it. All right, and I'm not going to use, usually when you paint water, I'm gonna get some more crimson here. When you paint water, typically, obviously, you paint it blue or whatnot, but I'm gonna just use the colors I got up here, and we'll do it that way. You guys don't see the outline, it's penciled in, but it's there. It's just a direct reflection of the green, what it will be, of the green that I have for the trees. All right, so we'll play it that way. And it'll still look like water because obviously water has a certain type of texture and shape and flow to it. Obviously it's water. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be blue to represent water. All right, it's just going to be a very direct reflection of its surroundings. Okay. Yes, I do enjoy seeing other people's artwork too. Marilyn has progressed. Bruce have progressed exponentially. Bruce, I can say he's definitely a success story. Marilyn, who else? Yes, thank you, Ian. I do appreciate it. Marilyn, you're funny. But I love seeing the progress of it. As you see, I'm adding the yellow here right to the green that I already have. Okay, it just makes a lighter green. Don't necessarily have to add white all the time, but you can see the color shift here. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna add a little water to it, a very little bit of water. No glycerin, no extender or anything, just the glycerin. Once again, I just want it to dry. All right, so I don't have to add the glycerin to it. Now glycerin which is used up here. Glycerin, let's say this is glycerin here. All right, you put the paint on it. That's just where it's at. All right, on top. Follow me. Glycerin has a tendency to spread when it starts to dry. All right, and what may be streaky strokes in the beginning when you use glycerin, it spreads out, so the streaks just disappear. Okay, that's why you use a very little amount of that stuff. Very little bit goes a long way. It's like using for oil painting, using liquid clear or linseed oil or some kind of turp or whatever. Use a very, very, very little bit. It goes an extremely long way. All right, so just keep that in mind. Once again, little, as you see here, see those wild looking bristles? All mashed and tangled, looking crazy. See that? Perfect for faraway foliage or trees. Okay, all right. We see it, the bright spots here, so we'll kind of concentrate on that a little bit. It has water in it, very loose. All right, and see, little touch, and you get interesting little patterns going with them. I'll just pop a few here, little groupings, and you kind of like that. So I want you to just really check out how I'm doing this. Very little bit, just like that. Okay, we'll put some here. Once again, I'm pretty much kind of following where the sun is, or at least the shine, not necessarily the sun. I'll brighten these up as we go along. Okay, the brighter the highlight, the less of it you need. Just keep that in mind, no matter what painting style you use. The brighter the highlight, the less of it you need. All right. Now, as I'm doing this, remember, if something looks kind of gaudy or a little crazy looking, give it a few minutes. Acrylic paint dries through evaporation. You follow me? So with that said, just give it some time and let it evaporate, let it dry. It dries flat. All acrylic dries flat. All right. So just give it a few and it'll be okay. All right. But as you see, I'm not getting rid of the dark spots. All right. So it gives it a more of a natural look. You follow me? Once again, very light touch. Yeah, you guys can see it there. Very light touch. And where it's a little darker at, you can put some of this just above, past the line of the mountain there. Okay. Because you know you got some trees kind of caressing that skyline a little bit there. Take your time and don't rush nothing. Yeah, don't rush. You know. And if you get discouraged, don't be. Sometimes you just have to follow through, paint right through. Okay. So everything, as you can see, is in stages. Okay, you got your block in color, then you just start building off of that, no matter what the subject is. Right now, I'm just talking about this technique using foliage, trees, and whatnot. All right, you can do the same thing with hair, clothes, florals. It's the technique that we're talking about, not necessarily the subject itself. It's just a technique. You follow me? All right. Okay. All right. Let's go into a little more ochre. Let's put it here. Obviously, I did not take the green off my brush. There's no need. But as you see, look at the value. See the values? See how it changes? Look. Yeah. See how the values change there? A little bit of water, and I mean a little water for this. Okay. Remember, the brighter the highlight, the less you need. Okay. Okie dokie. Now you take the brighter color, you see that spot there? All right, so you just bring it a little closer to the spot there. You gather it up toward the top, and it gets a little, less and less the further you go downward or toward the water. Okay, put some up here too. Pop some up around in here. put some here. Maybe you got some taller trees trying to soak in some of that sunlight there. All right, but here around the edge, you brighten it up, show a little love there. Just like so. Come down here, maybe some trying to get a little light there too. It's like that. All right, so you can kind of see how it's building up there. You can be as extreme or as let's put some on top, just like that. Let's put a couple here. Now, when I'm doing this, also gives your mountain a little bit of roundness. You're filling it out a little, okay? Okay. Not necessarily around here because it's just not going to reach that far. About here, it's good. Okay, now my dog is snoring. He sounds like one of those old drunk people at the subway somewhere. All right, we're good. That's cool. Leave it be. Oh Lord, what is Nell doing? Last time Ian gave me a ring, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was doing a test, and he was talking to me, I was talking to him, but I was hearing my voice through his phone. And so naturally, if you hear a response, you tend to stop talking until the recording is done. So we're trying to talk, he's trying to press some button that kind of kill the volume. I'm talking, I'm stopping, he's talking, he's stopping. I hear the response on the other end, and it was just totally an Abbott and Costello moment. It was hilarious. I start laughing, he starts laughing. Oh, you decided to get up now. Oh no, he just turned around and placed himself in a different spot on the couch. All right, we're gonna come down here. All right, let's raise the camera just a tad. Here. All right, there. I have a touch screen on this, so we'll adjust the focus a little bit. So let me yak about this for a second. All right, so as I'm talking to you guys and I was doing this, remember oh man, I don't want to do that. Let's take him out of here. I separate my beat up brush. I'll just put it down here. Yeah, that's the right one. You see the different values going on there, okay? And all that just adds, because your eye pulls all of this in, okay? And that's really what you're getting here, okay? So it's very important to do your values. So it was the block in color, then you laid out where your trees are, and then you got the highlights. And basically that's it. Once again, it is a technique. All right. He's tired. Madonna, he's not tired, he's lazy. You kidding me? All he gets to do is walk around, eat, and go to the bathroom. You know, he's the eternal 3-year-old. Okay, let's work with the water here. Once again, what I am going to do is just mimic the colors just down here. All right. Let's get rid of this stuff. Well, yeah, let's get rid of it. Do I really want to get rid of that? I kind of do, because I can always mix up some more. So let's clear this off. All right. We can just get rid of this. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean, but we're going to get rid of the mess here. Like I said, I work with a small palette on purpose. Okay. Just to show people that you can mix whatever colors you choose to mix. And this is kind of a different color palette than what I usually use. Those who follow me can pretty much recite by heart the colors I use, because they're pretty much the same thing. All right, but these are a little different. I don't really use the crimson and the oranges and whatnot too much. I haven't even used the orange yet. Will I? I doubt it. Who knows? But we're gonna get to getting with the bottom part. The bottom part is relatively easy to do because you're just mimicking what you see up here. All right, very thin. Now remember, you can probably see this with this gray. Very thin amount of glycerin for this. All right, and you just wipe it on here. Very thin, very thin. You don't need too much of this stuff. Believe me when I say so. Very thin amount. Okay, all right, that's enough of that. Now, once again, I will just mimic what's up here. I'll just put it down here. Okay, all right. So we'll start with a little bit of glycerin, or a little bit of alizarin. I'll get a hold of the English language soon before this is all over. And basically what I'm gonna do is what you see up there, I'll just kind of mimic down here. Just pretty much like that. All right, and I'm not gonna be too deep with it or whatever. Just in here like this. Yeah, right about there, that's all right. You can, if you would like, to get it super picture perfect. Not really necessary, but you know, if you feel you need to do that, go for what you know. I really don't have to. Okay, and a little bit of white here. Something like that. Just put it in there. No big deal. I gotta add more red there. So let's add just a little bit of that up in here. Right up in here like this. Something like that. Okay, we're good with that. Oh, I'll throw a little bit of something up in there. We'll add on to that a little bit later. Okay, it does not have to be exact. Put it in the general area and you'll be pretty much good to go. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's take a little bit of that ochre. The ochre goes right up in here, right on top of the white, like this. Okay. Pop it right in there. Put it in there like so. Don't need anything like that. We're gonna blend all that together. I didn't forget about the mountain reflection. That'll come a little bit later. Now, be careful with this phthalo. Use only a few hairs of this stuff. Phthalo blue is extremely powerful color. All right, so just be mindful of that. You don't need as much as you would think. So be careful with the phthalo blue. Be careful with it. Don't use too much. I wouldn't recommend it. We'll put a little bit of that up in there. Yeah. All right, we'll start off with that. Looks crazy. Definitely the ugly stage, but don't worry about it. Once again, don't be discouraged. Okay. I'll take a smaller brush. Now I got various sizes and shapes of these. I don't want to use this one. I'll use a smaller guy. We'll go back to this guy. And we'll blend all that hodgepodge together. All right. We'll start with the lighter stuff. I know we're pretty close to that edge all up in here. Don't worry about it. We'll correct it. Everything's correctable. You follow me? Okay. Everything's correctable. Just take it and softly just mix it, blend it, just like that. Okay. Don't worry about all this also because it's going to be covered with dark anyway. Remember mountain reflection? You guys remember that, right? Yeah, of course you do. Right now we're just blending all of this together. Okay. Blend it, mix it, blend it, mix it, blend it, blend it all together. If you can't just do all the light stuff, if you can do it. I'm wiping my I'm just wiping the color on my oversized towel. And it is an oversized towel. Very softly. Now I could use the fluffier blender for this, but it's not needed. I don't have to have a perfect blend, and you'll see why in a second. Just give a brother some time here. Basically, I just want to mix and blend and mix for right now. Okay, but you guys kind of see where it's going. All right, so be very gentle. I think you guys can see me do this. Yeah, you guys can see me do it. Like I said, I should use the more rounded blending brush, but not necessary. What I'm doing here, this is perfectly fine. Just blend it away. I'll just blend the blue into the red a little bit there. But I think you guys can kind of see where it's headed. Blend it together. Have no fear. Let it mix. Let it mix. One big happy blurred out family. All right. Okay. We're good. That's fine. Being old and sleeping has its benefits. I can't argue with that. Yeah, you're right. Little few hairs of white. Okay, I'll show it to you right here. Just a few hairs. Just tap in a few. Look where we are. Just a few hairs, and slap them in there like this. Okay, just like that. Come on down here like that with it. I'm just wiping it away. And once again, we just kind of softly blend it all in there. Smooth it out, blend it. Remember, this glycerin will expand. Okay. Still fairly loose, all of this stuff. Okay. We'll take this. I'll just use the same thing here. Very softly. Well, let's add some more. No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Watch this though. Take it and just go straight down. Go straight down. Okay. I'm wiping off my brush. Straight down. Go straight down. Straight downward. Straight down. Go straight down. Doesn't matter. If you get a little bit of blue up top, so what? It's up top. It's going to be covered anyway, so don't worry about it. But look, watch what's going to happen. Go straight down. I'm overlapping while I'm doing this. You don't necessarily have to use this brush. Any soft brush will do for what I'm doing here right now. All right. But you kind of see where it's headed. If you want some of that blue to go up into it, just go in reverse. Go in reverse. Bring it in there. See, you just work it in reverse. Okay, so it's really up to you how you want to do this. Okay, just like that. Let's get a couple specks of white, and we'll just kind of pump up that white a little bit like this. General area. All right. Okay, go from the tree line downward though, like this. Go downward. Just like that. Go downward. Okay, see how I have the shape of the clouds there? Let's get a couple more specks of white up around in this area here. Just pop in like that. Come around in here, do the same thing. Just pop them in there. And got some around in there. Okay, you got some over the edge. All right, I'm just cleaning off my brush real fast. And this time I'll just go in the opposite direction. I'll just come and go this way. Just take it and go that way with it. Opposite way. Put it in there. You can build off of this as much as you feel you need to get it brighter and brighter and brighter. Up to you. It's your painting, your world. You do what you feel is right. Okay. All right. Now, I've got them essentially going downward or upward like this. Okay. All the way down. Don't worry about that stuff. That can always be replaced. Okay. It's not the most important thing right now. All right, take the same brush. Watch this. Watch. Straight line. Go across very softly like this. Look at this. Watch. Very softly. Go that way. Pull it that way. Okay, go in the opposite direction. Pull it the other way. Okay. Just a gentle pull. All right. But look at the effect you're getting. You guys see this? Okay. If you got something a little stubborn, press a little harder. Look what you have. Look at that. And we didn't even add the mountain reflection yet. All right. Does it? You ought to try that. I think the issue I will have with the cam is that the wire is not that long. It's only maybe 3-4 feet maybe. So I think I might run into an issue, and there's no extender that will work for that cam. To lengthen it, I've already tried. I bought an extender for the USB extender. Won't even register it. So that's kind of a heartbreak, but you know. Okay, just because I got rid of the pencil lines doesn't mean I don't know where the silhouette of the hill would be. So let's blend. I'll use the other brush. I don't want to use the fade brush here. Let's use another. Where is it at? I'll use this guy. This would be good. This is just returning of the bright brush again. Let's mix some rest of that phthalo blue. Ooh, not much yellow ochre, huh? Drat, but that's okay. It is quite all right. This can be a little darker. It's all right. It's the water here, the reflection, a little deeper. All right, just a little more on the blue side. Let's get a touch more ochre. Just a touch. I'll put it right into that mix. But I don't want it to be too bright. That little bit of do maybe. If I choose to go on later on this evening, I'll switch them around. We'll see what happens. The audio can come from any one of my cameras. When I'm live, it's not really specific because they all take audio. So even the Logitech Minicam has its own audio, but it's not attached like the lapel mic. But I could try it, but that means I would have to just take that camera and put it somewhere around here somewhere, just to be for the face cam. Or I can it's just an experiment. I mean, I really don't have to show, I don't have to show my face. People just wanted to see my face. All right, we're going to deepen the color a little bit. Get a little bit of what's left of that blue. It's just a reflection. Okay, my reflection can be a tad darker, like I said, and really not too much paint. Really, a little thin variety of thin mix of paint will do it. So we're about at the, believe it or not, we're about at the 90% mark of this video. Okay. Alrighty. And here we go. Now, there's still glycerin on this. I don't need any glycerin. Okay. And basically, you just see this outside here. See this? You're going to mimic that, but just down here. You got me? All right. Okay, we'll put it here. But just kind of put a little dab here. It comes up, comes down, come down, come down, come down, like that, because you don't want to obscure all the brightness there. Then it gently comes back up, like that, and then you got one here. Okay, you got a little hill here, right up in there, and then you got a nice size one, but just kind of end it right there, like that. all this in here just gets blocked in. I just block it right in. If I gotta go darker, I can go darker, but it just gets blocked in. But wait till you see what I'll do. Wait till you see the effect. Okay, I'll just tap out. What I'm doing is just tapping a bunch of paint on there. Okay, getting the paint right off my brush. Like I said, if I have to go darker, I will go darker. That's no big thing. Right now, we're just blocking all of this loveliness right in there. All right. If you care to emulate this painting, I would love to see it. Just put it right on my Facebook wall and just tag me in it. Once again, I'm doing a style of painting and an approach to painting that people who are a little intimidated with painting can do and try. Now, I have done paintings like this without using glycerin at all. If you can't get a hold of glycerin, I just use water. Or you can use shampoo. Don't use lotion. Use shampoo. Your shampoo is water-based. Lotion is not. Don't use lotion. Shampoo. All right, I just patted in the colors there, the general shape of this thing. Okay. Okay. Just like that. All right. Let's clean the brush. You don't necessarily have to use, this is a natural hair brush, little stiff bristle thing. You don't necessarily have to use this brush. You can use a softer one to do what I'm about to show you. Up to you, really. Okay. Up to you. But very gently, watch. Very gently come down. Very gently, bring it downward. Look at what's going on here. Very gently overlap. Okay. Overlap. Some come down a little more than others. Don't matter. Gently overlap. You can be a little forceful in the darker colors. It's all right. Just overlap. Just like that. Overlap it right down there. Okay. Like I say, I can get that a wee bit darker, and I do. I want to get it a little darker. This is a little more crimson. And we'll pick a spot right in here. I want it darker. A little more impactful when it's a little darker. So we're getting this weird looking, funky, red grayish deal going on, which is like perfectly fine. Because you're going to add the little highlights in there too. Okay. And basically, I already fleshed it out, so look. And I put it on pretty thin so you can get away with shading it darker. Okay. Doesn't have to be black, just a darker, reflecting tone of the water. Because you know the water has its own. Water is just reflecting whatever is above it. Okay. And that's all that's going on with that. And that's all I'm doing, just making it darker. It does not have to be perfect, because you're still blocking in color. Follow me? Yes, I did make muddy water again, that's right. That's right. But only part of it's muddy. See that shine right there? That shine wouldn't be visible. Wouldn't have no impact without anything dark around it. Okay. But you understand that, don't you, Nell? Yeah, you understand that. I do tease and kid and joke around from time to time, especially those that talk back and interact with a brother. Okay, but here we go. All right. So I enjoy it. I love it. Thank you, Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? Thank you, Neil. All right, so we have our greens established here. Oh, a little bit of ochre. I know you might be tempted to use white. Don't do it. If you can get away with it, don't do it. Remember, this is still got glycerin on it. It's still pretty wet. Okay. A little more ochre. Less white, more ochre. No white, more ochre. All right. Once again, you're going to mimic what you see here up on top. So this would be the top. And once again, you just kind of see this stuff here. See this? Okay. I'm going to have to touch a little white. Now the white just makes it a little opaque. I want to use about 5 hairs of white paint for it. All right, but you need that brightness. Right up in here, up in the edge there. Some if it isn't there, just mimic. Just plop down the paint like this. Remember, the paint's still a little wet, so you can get away with doing a few of these. Okay, then up here in the top, up in there like that. All right, okay, I'm cleaning off the brush. Very softly, just trail it downward. And now if it's not bright enough, and it looks like it's not, you can brighten it a little bit. You'd be surprised, and you'll be surprised how much brighter a color has to be once you match it up against that dark. You'd be thoroughly surprised. But I know where things are, so do it again. We'll go this. Now we'll go back downward like this. Okay, and then we'll bring it upward. Just like that. Bring it downward. Bring it upward. Just like that. Like this. Go up with it. Get some more. I don't want it super bright. Just a little bit. Just like the old hair commercial in the past, just a dab would do you. Okay. And once again, kind of go to the left, go to the right. See this? Just like that. Very gently. These are fun to do. I don't do them a lot. A lot of my oil painting stuff, I did a lot things like this. Okay. Believe it or not, I can do it be even brighter than that. And I think I'll do that. I'll tap a little bit of white into that green. I still want it tinted green though. And we'll give it a couple of taps here. Just like that. Yeah, that'll work. Come up here. Add a little bit more. Like so. Wipe off my brush a little bit and gently go to the left and go to the right. You build up your brightness just like you do the dark. Okay. I don't have to see how it travels there. So I'm hoping I'm making this clear to you. Okay. All right. That should be enough of that. Let's have a little fun. 95% finished here. Palette knife time. Have a little fun with this. Now, do not use bright white. Okay. Use a little white. Spread it out here. Just like that. Marble it. Get a little bit of that ochre. Put the ochre in there. Not totally bright white. Because you're surrounded by a bunch of green. So don't use white. Alright. As long as it's brighter than what you got laid here, all right, you'll be fine. You're more than fine. All right. With water, no matter what the curve of your land is, water's horizontal. It's all right, Marilyn. Yeah, with this Christmas rush and the slow postal service, yeah, you might want to get in what you need to get in as fast as possible. I got a nice size roll down here. When I'm done with this, I'll probably get some more canvas sheets, but what I'll do, this will probably be the smallest. I'll do 11 by 14, I think this is. What are you? yeah, you're 11 by 4, 11 by 14. But I'll probably, this will probably be the smallest size, and I'll just go larger. I can't do the 9 by whatever. They're too small for me. I'm just used to larger stuff. Okay, waterline. Remember, important, no matter what the curvature is of your land, the water is always flat. Okay, so don't tilt your water line. You don't want your painting to spill over the side. Okay, all right. So with that in mind, I'll go from right to left. Water line. You'll see it. I'll just go horizontal, just like this. Okay, and as I'm doing it, see this? I'll just follow the water line, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. Follow the curvature of your land, but keep it level. Keep it level like that. Keep it level, and you go straight across. My paint's really thin on my blade, which is cool. It just adds to ripples, just like this. And then I'll just kind of keep it going like that. All right. Very, very simple. Keep it flat, 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 flat. Press flat, like that. All right. Look at that. Just like that. Okay. All right. Okay. A little brighter color. It's all good. Keep it flat. Let's go here. It's a little closer here. And sometimes it just takes a touch like that. See the, and keep them close together, but keep them as flat as you can. Okay. Just like that. Just keep them kind of, especially up around in here. They're a little tiny. They get a little bit larger as they come closer to us. You follow me? And so I'll just take it and, you know, you see you see how it's breaking apart a little bit? Okay. Don't go straight directly all the way across. Break that up a little bit. I'll keep most of the shine around in here where the bright stuff is. Okay. Up around in here like that. Break some of that up. La 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 la. I'll put a touch here. I'll come around in here a little bit, bring some out there, just like that. Come out here and bring one around in there like that. Maybe a little something there if I have paint on it. Oh, a little bitty, little something there. Okay, I'll pull it around. Oh, there you go. All right. So, you see how that turned out? Okay. You can be a little adventurous if you want to, really up to you. Let's see if I can scratch some in here. Can I? If I go hard enough. If you want to do this, if you got the nerve for it, go for it. I think the paint's a little dry for me to get away with some of this, but I'll just really pop them in there like this. I really put them in there. Don't worry. There like that. So we get some make pretend little tree things happening in there. We'll come to the side, we'll scratch a few in here too. Now, if you don't have the nerve for it, don't do it. Okay, and we'll pop some in here in the water like this. Put some in there like that. Put one down here like this. Just kind of mimic it there. Okay. We'll put some baby ones in here somewhere. Something like that. Okay. Now, if it doesn't really show too much up in here, get a little bit of whitish green or whatever, and you can, you know, add a few. I don't want to add really too many. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want to do too much of that. I'll get a little darker here. I'm just scraping up a little bit of this dark color, putting it into the white. Like I say, you don't have to add too much. And if you don't like the way it looks, cover it up. I'll pop a few of them in here. Just a couple. Just to kind of, okay, we'll pop some in here. something like that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll pop a couple of little baby ones in here if I can get away with it. If not, that's all right too. All right. No problem, Nell. I'm almost done. Anyway, you're right, Marilyn. The cabin is in there. You're right. Now I gotta look for it. Yep, there it is. You're exactly right. Thank you very much. Because I sure would have forgotten all over again. But anyway, the cabin's right here. I know many of you who came on didn't even notice there was one there, but there it is. See that little cabin there? Now, it's in gray, so it kind of blends quite well like that. But of course, I will gently paint that in. Let's take a, we'll take a flat brush. All right, let's get a little bit of ochre. We'll put it here by the white. Okay. A little bit of blue in that ochre. Then we get some brown, some red, just like that. So we got red, ochre, slight touch of blue, and we got enough of this paint. We'll just dry brush it on there, very gently. You just kind of, yeah, you guys can see that. We'll just kind of touch it up in there. But there it is. He's in there. There he is. Got a little cabin there. At least the top part of the cabin. He's in there. Let's take a little touch of white. Put it in there. Is my head in the way? No. All right. There. But he's in there a little bit. Okay. Just like that, we'll put him in there. But he's definitely in there. Straighten that up a little bit. Have it go directly diagonal straight down. We'll get a little bit of white. A little bit of white, a little bit of white. Just like that. Okay. Did you really think I'm gonna forget it in the water? Yeah, put that little spot, put it in there. It's like that little spot in the water there. You didn't think I'd honestly forget this thing, did you? Yeah, he's gotta have a little spot in the water there. Right up in there. Now the white is mixing in with this funky color in there. Like that. You're more than welcome, Marilyn. No problem at all. All right, let's sign the name of this thing. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate it. We'll now I don't have a frame for something this size, so. As my Aussie buddy would say, I cannot whack a frame on this. No 11 by 4. What is this, 11 by 14? No 11 by 14. I mean, I probably could get away with throwing the brown frame on there. Brown frame might be large enough, at least to give the appearance of what it would look like with a frame on it. So we'll try it out. Oh, I'll throw my name up here in the corner somewhere. Right there. I do appreciate you guys coming through and watching. I do. I take none of you guys for granted. Who knows? Maybe I'll take the dog out for a spin with me. Every once in a while, I'll put him in the car and we'll just go. It's raining pretty good. Well, it's just a damp and dreary day today. Well, maybe I'll take him with me. But if he's snoring, he's not going to want to go anywhere. I might just leave him be. Like I said, all I'm going to do is we need to take a trip to the art store and get some real paint. And Gotta get some canvas anyway, or some more foam board. All right. I think that will do for this. That's good enough. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is just my preference. I do like a border around my work. It's not necessarily a written rule. It's just something that I prefer. All right. I'm happy you come through. And I'm also happy that I'm early enough for you to actually watch it. My backboard was looking really crappy, so I had to repaint the board. Let's do a little presto switcher. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's put me upstairs. Let's bring this one back downstairs. All right, well, there you go, guys. All right, well, let's see. Well, this is too small. This one won't make it, I don't think. Let's see. Let's pop it in there anyway. Well, anyway, that's what that would look like with a black frame anyway. Okay, I can probably put the camera back a little bit. There. You guys should be able to somewhat see this. There. But anyway, it would look like that, more or less. Black frame. Boy, I gotta clean this frame, don't I? It looks horrible. Whenever I remember, maybe I'll wipe it down real quick. Because if I choose to come back on a little bit later, I'll clean these off. And then brown frame. I think the brown frame might work a little bit better with this. But you know what? Everybody has their preference. So I guess I can get away with it. So maybe I might stick with the 11 by 14. Maybe. But, yep. That's what she's looking like. Okay. All right. And as you can see, I don't have my water lines completely white. They're mixed. They got a little bit of green in them. Okay. You can make them white or whatever, or brighter than this. Because remember, once it dries, the color flattens out. But I think it's cool the way, the way it is. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it, guys. So, thank you very much for watching this morning, Issa's morning here. Thanks, Ian, for taking a peek. Thank you, Jay. I do appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Hey, Denise. Good to see you. Gee, Brody, how are you? Brody, excuse me. But thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it. It's good to see you, Denise. You be well, you get well, Chrissy. You know, you spoiled a whole lot of people. We need you at top peak strength there. But take care of yourself. Jay, I appreciate it. Guys, what I'll do, well, usually this is impromptu. It's Friday here for me, so and I don't have much going on. I'm pretty caught up with stuff, so instead of twiddling my thumbs, I thought I'd come on in and paint a little something here. I might do a few more of these. These look a little appealing. I haven't done them in a while, so it's pretty cool. But hopefully I showed you how to do it, how to approach it, and whatnot. Like I say, there's some techniques for everybody. Some people may like it, a certain technique. Some people may not. It's your preference, your choice. Okay. So use what you can, and just blank out the rest. Use what you know that will work with your style of artwork. What I'm doing is it's not written in stone. It's no hard fast rule. But if it appeals to you, have fun, enjoy yourself, use it, and have a ball and make your own works. Okay. All right, guys. Still fairly early here. It's not even noon. So who knows? I might switch the camera around and see what happens. So I might play with it a little bit. So we'll see. All right, guys. Take it easy, and I shall see you when I see you. Peace.